Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, Rica Wilson.
Well, 18 months ago, I had an accident and I have not walked since, but onward, we move onward. And today I am standing on the shoulders of giants. My grandmothers and grandfathers who did not have a college education, some of them barely had a high school education, even a third grade education. But that's okay, because what they had was wisdom, love, and compassion. I am their legacy. And so I would just like to take time, I have a few minutes to just encourage you with two simple words, one simple phrase, and the necessary end mark, the old exclamation point. And I simply like to say, so what? I thought long and hard about stories to share. I could tell you about Mary McLeod Bethune. I am certain that there were a group of folks who advised her against following her dream, pursuing her passion, and stepping into her God-given destiny. I believe that she had a so what in her spirit in 1904 when she founded Daytona Normal, an industrial institute for Negro girls with 5 students. Because of her so what, Bethune-Cookman College is still standing strong today. I could tell you about Isabella Bumfree. You may know her by her self-given name of Sojourner Truth. She was born into slavery, but a so what was deep in her spirit in 1826 when she escaped to freedom with her daughter. Sister Sojourner didn't bite her tongue when speaking about racial inequalities, and because of her courage to speak up in 1851 at the Ohio Women's Rights Convention, women today still proclaim, "Ain't I a woman?" If I really wanted to wow you, I could tell you about Ida B. Wells, daughter of slaves turned journalist who led an anti-lynching crusade, or Elizabeth Freeman, affectionately known as Mom Betts, along the slave circuit. Mom Betts was the first slave to successfully sue for her freedom in 1781 and held Massachusetts in slavery. Her so what started a generational fire of so whats, and many of you have heard of her great-grandson, W.E.B. Du Bois, who was born approximately 40 years later in the same town where his great-grandmother's historic case was argued. Instead of highlighting the stories of other great women, I'd like to make it real and just share my story. I'm just a country girl from a small town in South Carolina, so you may or may not be encouraged. And if you are not encouraged, I'll take this time to encourage myself. I was born to a teen mother and absent father on a rainy day in 1975. According to Dr. Claudia Buss and her colleagues, the gestational environment has a long-term impact on the brain. If their theory is true, I was marinating in a so what long before my mother gave birth to me. I believe that it took a tremendous amount of courage for a 15-year-old to walk around a small country town and endure heartless criticism and ridicule. Abortion would have been easy for my mama, but she ignored the advice of doctors and the community noise. She had a so what deep in her spirit. So what, she had to graduate from high school as a mother. So what, she graduated from college at 26 with 3 kids and didn't get her doctorate until she was 45. So what? I could highlight how I endured childhood homelessness, sexual abuse, failing grades, and low self-esteem by my 14th birthday. But when everything seemed hopeless, God gave me a so what. Yes, life was hard, but God had a plan for me. It wasn't over. This same country girl, daughter of a teen mother, was a professor at Howard University by her 27th birthday. After becoming a mother at 31, life changed again. I resigned from my job at Howard University and took a job at a small college to focus on my new baby. The job at the smaller college seemed golden. I had a nice big office and quickly covered my desk with pictures of my baby son. Well, by the end of the year, I was fired for missing too many days. I used all of my sick leave to care for my son. The week that my son had pneumonia was the last straw for my boss. She called me into her office and asked if I had a nanny. I explained to her that I was the mother and the nanny, and my family was my first priority. I told her that I was his nanny and his mother, and she cautioned me that I needed to make other child care arrangements if I wanted to keep my job. I made the choice to miss another day of work to care for my son, and indeed, she did give me a termination letter. And to her, I would like to say thank you. The day that I cleaned out my office and packed my son's pictures into a box, I can remember it like it was yesterday. I vowed that I would never decorate another office that was attached to someone else's dream. The day that she gave me my termination letter, God positioned me to fulfill my God-given purpose and destiny. Brown girl was born. Some of you may also need a termination letter from employees, employers, folks, and situations in order to live your dream. You may need to terminate every person who contributes to your instability, chaos, and confusion in your life. You may need to terminate your hang-ups and fears. You may need to terminate negative self-talk and forget about what others think about your dream. You may need to just focus on what God has to say in the dream that He has placed in your heart. And if no one else is encouraging you, I encourage you to encourage yourselves. Tap into your soul what strength. When God places a dream in your heart, only you can prevent it from becoming a reality. People are not the author of your story. They are just characters. God is the author. Philippians 1:6 is a reminder to have confidence, because he who has begun a good work in you will carry it out into completion. If this were a relay race, Romans 8:28 would lead with, and we know that all things work together for good of them who love God and who are called according to His purpose. 1 Peter 5:7, Proverbs 3:6, and Isaiah 54:17 would pick up the pace with casting all of your cares upon the Lord, because He cares for you. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct thy paths. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of Him, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29:11 would finish the race with, for I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. Declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. You can. You can accomplish your dreams. Look at me. I have overcome life's challenges and have not been able to walk in 18 months. But God. Brown Girl is still thriving because of the love and support of people like you. Our programs are helping disadvantaged women and children in rural communities. We have partnered with federal and local agencies to lead workshops about health and wellness, social justice, and education. We are helping homeless mothers and rural women become entrepreneurs. Our Public Health Institute and Mobile Farmers Market will serve as a catalyst for change in rural communities across the nation. Yes, we have been able to reach hundreds of families through our network of dedicated volunteers. Your continued love and support will help us reach millions of families across the globe. Brown Girl is an example of my so what. I encourage you to keep a so what in your spirit. If I had to call on my 3 sons, my daily inspiration to encourage you. The reason that I wake up every morning, my baby boy Justin would just clap for you. He would smile and say, yay, 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 he's won. My middle son Jordan would say, Mama, remember God is with you. You
dreams. So what? God has your back. So what? God has your back. So what? God has your back. You can do it and you can achieve your dreams. So what?
Amazing. And we question ourselves if we can do it, really? So what? We are phenomenal. We were here, we were born with purpose. And if you leave here with anything, if you don't leave here with anything, I want you to leave with that. So what? This evening just came to a climax beyond our wildest dreams. So what? The things we have been through, so what? Follow your purpose. Live your purpose. You were born for this very moment. Don't sit down on it. Don't. You are all shining examples of life. There's a love in you. Do what you got to do. And it simply says, so what? Beautiful. Thank you for giving us the honor and the privilege